Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso.
El Paso Children's Hospital is on the clock and time is running out. Will the hospital ultimately close its doors, or will they come to an agreement with UMC?
And Texas State Senator John Cornyn was in El Paso recently. He met with Mayor Oscar Leeser, State Rep Joe Pickett, and the former TxDOT Commission Chair to talk about improvements in the borderland.
A California politician makes a visit to El Paso to support the city's proposed cultural center, but he also talks to ABC7 about negative comments being said about Latinos in the U.S.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
A very good morning to you, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hilary Floren. Good morning, everyone. The time right now, 6:01. Time to check in with Crystal and get a look at our forecast for today.
Good morning, Crystal.
Hi, good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Today's forecast looks somewhat like yesterday. We're still hot, above average temperatures, and we're also still tracking mostly just clear conditions to kick off the morning, expected right on through your afternoon. So outside on your clouds and radar map, it's a calm start to our Tuesday. We do have some clouds that are banking over the west parts of our viewing zone. Reason being, there's actually been a good amount of storm activity out over Arizona, so that outer edge of thicker cloud coverage does hang in this zone. As for your temperatures, we're at 74 in El Paso, and our wind speed sits at 5 miles per hour. Winds are calm today. Temperatures are nice. We're at 65 in Las Cruces, and coming up in a few minutes, we're going to discuss a nice day, but a very hot day, plus increasing rain chances moving forward. All of that is a few minutes away.
All right, thanks so much, Crystal. A cultural center for the city of El Paso is still in the early stages. New this morning, one California congressman stops in the Sun City to rally for the center. He also talked to ABC7 about a presidential candidate's comments on the Latino community. We have Good Morning El Paso's Denise Olivas live right now with those details. Denise.
Good morning. U.S. Congressman Javier Becerra was the keynote speaker at a reception last night. He's also a regent of the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C., who's been leading a decade-long effort for more recognition for Latinos in the U.S. And he talked to an audience last night here in El Paso about the importance of acknowledging and celebrating the stories of our community. Becerra authored the bill calling for the establishment of the National Museum of the American Latino at the Smithsonian. ABC7 then asked Becerra about presidential hopeful Donald Trump's recent controversial comments about Latinos.
I know who I am. I know what my parents have done for this country. They're the people that Donald Trump says should leave, that are the wrong type of person. I know it's not true. I know what he espouses on immigration won't work. But as I said, he has the right to say it. I just got to make sure I'm saying what I believe is true.
Becerra added that come November 2016, he believes America will make the right choice. As for the cultural center here in El Paso, the name, location, size, and budget is expected to be finalized by this month. Hilary, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Denise. El Paso Children's Hospital is trying to stay open past Thanksgiving by disputing its lease with University Medical Center. Children says it shouldn't have to pay rent of about $860,000 a month. UMC says Children's owes the hospital upwards of $100 million in rent. A judge is set to make a decision on Thursday whether Children's will have to pay up. Meanwhile, Children's has 15 days to come up with a plan to make itself profitable. After that, the judge will begin hearing University Medical Center's plan to bring Children's under the county's wing.
New Mexico's Democratic House leaders are talking about impeaching the state's top elections official. This after she's accused of fraud, embezzlement, and money laundering. Republican Secretary of State Diana Duran is facing a 64-count complaint. She's accused of funneling campaign donations into personal accounts and withdrawing hundreds of thousands of dollars at casinos around the state.
The autopsy report obtained by ABC7 shows that the man shot and killed by El Paso police had drugs in his system. The shooting happened April 29th inside a home on the 300 block of Jesuit Drive in the Lower Valley. Police said they were responding to a burglary when the man allegedly threatened to kill the officers with a metal object. Officers tried to tase the man, but it didn't work, and that prompted a second officer to pull out his gun and fire. The report revealed 22-year-old Eric Salas Sanchez was shot 3 times, twice in the back and once in the buttock. A toxicology report also shows Salas Sanchez had traces of marijuana residue and an antidepressant in his system.
An Albuquerque superintendent who hired a man accused of sexually assaulting a child has stepped down. Luis Valentino resigned yesterday. Valentino is a graduate of Bowie High School. Albuquerque Public Schools agreed to pay him $80,000 within 10 days. Jason Martinez, the man Valentino hired, is charged in Colorado with felony sexual assault on a child.
County commissioners voted not to increase property taxes for the fiscal year 2016. The vote unanimous, and the property tax rate will remain at just a shade over 45.25 cents per $100 property valuation. That is lower than the effective tax rate. The county is also proposing a budget of $262 million. It will include salary increases for employees. Texas Senator John Cornyn was here in El Paso, and he was in town to talk about the borderland's transportation challenges with experts at UTEP. He spoke with Mayor Oscar Leeser and former TxDOT Commission Chair Ted Houghton, as well as State Rep Joe Pickett. Now, they discussed how to make infrastructure more affordable and discussed the DRIVE Act, a transportation funding bill that cobbled together an additional $46 billion. He says border cities such as El Paso could really use that money.
It is 6:06 and we're taking a look at our TxDOT traffic cameras at I-10 and Wrestler. You can see traffic starting to pick up just slightly over there on the west side of town. I-10 and Executive also, but no problems to tell you about at this point.
Wildfires are still growing throughout the U.S. Coming up, we'll show you one that's been growing now for weeks.
The fire getting so bad, people are being forced from their homes. And a 19-year-old is accused of killing 3 of his family members. Authorities are still trying to piece together why the tragedy happened.
And let's talk to Crystal Cly right now. She's got a look at that forecast for the day ahead. Good morning.
Good morning. It seemed irregularly hot lately. We're going to talk about a new record we've set with those temperatures coming up after your break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.